Who and what am I? I feel like that's a hard question to start off with.
What's that? I just asked you, you answered it. Sing it.
Who am I? Okay. Who am I? I'm Taylor Thompson, and I write songs. She swept me up like an East Coast hurricane, but instead I went in water. She brought the promise of pain. She said, I love you, baby, but I kinda think there's something more. Ain't no need to worry now, 'cause I've been here before. Ain't no need to worry now, 'cause I've been here before. I got into music like a lot of people did, grew up around the church. Mom always played piano, always played hymns. My dad's a preacher, so I was constantly around the church life. And Mom was always singing hymns and songs growing up. And she has one of the most amazing voices I've ever heard. And I remember wanting to be like her and sing with her. And I remember on a couple occasions I sang at church and found out real quick I didn't like church music. So I decided to write my own. Ain't no need to worry now, 'cause I've been here before. The guitar's rock and roll. You want to get into that. You think of people like Chuck Berry and Elvis Presley, all these awesome guitarists. And I got my first guitar around age 12. I bought it. I worked 2 weeks at this painting company. One of my dad's friends, stripping walls and stuff like that. And at the end of 2 weeks, I had enough money to buy this guitar. It was a red silver tone. It had this like plywood neck, and it was like this plastic red body. It was complete garbage, but I loved it. And then I think that next Christmas I was so infatuated with the guitar, they bought me an acoustic that next Christmas. It was just a cheap Takamine knockoff, and so hard to play. It was like playing a bow and arrow. The strings were so high off the fret. No more. Then I laughed, smiled, and remember having here before. The earliest I can remember writing a song was like age 12. And I learned these like 3 chords, like E minor and C and G, I think. And I wrote a song called Drowning. And it's about what you can expect from a 12-year-old's intellect. It probably wasn't very good. But my guitar instructor thought it was kind of good. And I was like, I'll explore more with this writing thing and keep on going. And remembering those silly words can be the hardest part. Growing up, you know, my parents are great people and I love them dearly, and we have a great relationship. But there wasn't a lot of communication back then, and it was hard to understand for a kid. And so you have all these things locked inside you, and you have to figure out a way to get them out. And to not feel like you can communicate without being wrong, or it was hard, and so you had to learn how to deal with it. And I think I dealt with it best through writing and through singing, and it's helped a lot. And it's actually, I'm still not a very good communicator to this day. I have several ex-girlfriends who would love to tell you that, but I just keep writing, and that's my, I try my best to communicate, but I know I don't do a great job. But. Someone new. Yeah, the last 4 weeks, the songs look a lot different than what I've been putting out. just because I've been poring over every word. And they're sounding different, they feel different, they're coming from a different spot. I've thrown every bit of me into these last 5 or 6 songs, and just wrote this one a couple weeks ago called The Three of Us, and it was dealing with this period of my life where I was getting answers from my head, getting answers from my heart, and I have to be this executive decider of what the right answer is, and it always comes back to you. And I wrote that song, and playing it just means a lot to me now. Just to communicate with yourself.
Well, I try to mediate their fights, but they just keep me up at nights with their bitching and moaning. But I put on that old wailing song, and the three of us do our best to face the morning. But my mind is angry, and my heart is broken, and I wanna be okay. And they don't like each other's business or the choices that I made, and I'm gonna make them anyway.
You ever have those periods of life where you go through and you feel like I just grew more in those 2 months than I did in the last 5 years? I feel like that's where I've just been. After just spending a month back in Ohio, my dad was having an open heart surgery, and it made me really kind of think about some things. And I get home, and I'm starting to look at things a lot differently. Coming from this new headspace of quit chasing pain, because pain's gonna find you, and you have to learn how to respond differently. And it's okay to write about it, but it's not okay to hold on to it forever. And I feel like that is where I am right now, and I'm learning to be better at it, and feels good.
It's broken, and I wanna be okay. They don't like each other's business or the choices that I made.
I've written a lot of songs kind of in this thinning out process of, yeah, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And right now I'm just working on becoming the writer I want to be, becoming the person I want to be.
Well, roundabout when Sunday comes, you can find my heart is gone, listening to a man read the Bible. But my mind's underneath the sheets with some girl he met having his own kind of revival. Yeah, my mind's underneath the sheets with some girl he met having his own kind of revival.
I know in the last several months sitting down to a guitar is a whole new process for me, and writing lyrics is a whole new process. And I don't want to put out a catchy song that everyone wants to move around to and dance. I mean, that's well and good. A lot of people do it, and it's good to dance. But I'm looking to strike a nerve. I'm looking to strike a chord. I'm looking to hit something inside of you that resonates. I'm looking to sing something that lets you know that I've been there too. That lets you know that you're not by yourself. People get hurt. Painful things happen, but we've got to respond differently, and we've got to move on and become better. I don't know.